Hello, and welcome to The Worm Show. I'm your host, Thorn Jules. Well, here we are. It's a Sunday night in early January, and I am in the position to feed the worms. Ready and willing. I'm sure they're excited. They have no idea what's going on. Anyway, you may notice that this is a different location. It's been very cold lately, and I've had the heat in my apartment up, and I cook a lot, so I was finding that my that the worm box was kind of overheated, I would say. I think that's part of the reason why there was the mold that appeared in the last little while. I remember when I opened the box that day, it actually felt kind of like almost steamy inside, and I felt like, no, that's wrong. I'm doing this wrong. So for the last week or so, I relocated the box to the edge of my living room, sort of between my living room, kitchen, and bedroom. And it's cooler in this spot than probably just about anywhere. And here we are. So I have looked in on the worms, and just to make sure, of course, that there wasn't any sign of mold. I haven't fed them since the last time. So the last video will have been the last time that I fed them. Now, that was about a week ago, give or take. I've made fresh food, entirely new material that I have prepared for them. Lots of fruit, banana, and just stuff from my home consumption, baking and stuff. And as you can see, a little strawberry on top as well. The strawberries that sorry, I knocked the camera, but the strawberries that they have on sale at the moment, sure, covered in sulfates and coming from Mexico, but boy, they are delicious. Anyhow, natter on and on and on, but I will. Oh, maybe I'll. Now, the worms are happy, and I'm happy as well. One of the things that I've noticed in the last time I opened the box, was that the worms were very clearly on top. They were on the substrate, and in previous scenarios, I think like when there was like a lot of mold, and then I think a couple of weeks prior to that, I noticed that when I opened the box, I couldn't find any worms, essentially. They had all sort of seemed to have migrated back down to the bottom. But here we are, and even just as I'm opening this up, I see that there are worms. There's 3-4 of them in the blanket. I'm gonna open up this side as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with how that looks. It seems to be showing like very happy wormies. Okay, so I'm trying to do this without making too much of a mess. I'm going to struggle, I'm sure. Okay. As I rearrange the camera a little bit, trying to do my best to film this so that it looks good. And I think I will. Whoa. Okay. Good. So I think what I'm going to do, this shirt is absolutely threadbare at this point. It's almost not exactly holding on, but I think we'll still find some use for it. Now I'm very happy to see this because there's obviously And the smell I'm pretty happy with. There's still some portions that like kind of I'm a little bit unsure about, but I see that there's so much activity. The worms are all up on that. There wasn't a lot of nutrients left over when I removed all of that material that was getting moldy. There wasn't a lot left behind. Ooh. Like I see like this patch here, even though there's like a lot of happy worm action going on, like this to me, am I wrong? Is that kind of moldy? It kind of, ooh, yeah, that's a black mold. Ooh, jeepers. Man. Man, oh man. And is there going to be more of that? Like, okay, that patch I'm going to come back to. That was not cool. But other than that, I mean, like, hey, look, there's some other patches of it, but like, you know, there's a lot of worm activity. In the past, when I had mold, the worm activity just died right off. They seem to have disappeared. Whereas here, even though there is stuff that doesn't look great, like, come on now, does that look good? That's green. This is black. Ay caramba. I don't know what to do about that. I also noticed that the camera doesn't have a lot of battery life on it, so it may just cut off at some point. I hope it doesn't, but it may do that. Yeah, that's not good. That whole center here, this whole bit here is not good. And there aren't any worms in it. There's worms on the edges, but and I just pulled one in. Oh, I'm not prepared for this. That's not ideal. And I also need to plug this in. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of like, I need to get organized here, so forgive me for a moment. I'll be right back. Okay. Ay caramba. Well, I'm not very happy about the situation because as I went through the material, I have the power on and I have moved lights a bit closer. I hope things look okay. But yeah, as I've gone through this material to like get out as much gunk as I can, which was a fair bit. I mean, that's quite a bit of gunk. There's green mold in there. There's black mold in there. I'm like feeling very, very, very discouraged. This is becoming the mold show. I've moved, as you can see, a whole bunch of stuff over to the side here, and I want to. I'm going to put down some fresh bedding, and hopefully I will see some improvement in this situation. I will. I've tried to clean it up as best as I can, and yeah, it's really discouraging. It's discouraging. Okay, well. Here I am. I'm about to use the same spoon that I used to get all the mold. That's not great, is it? No, it's not great at all. No. Not a smart thing to do. But I am hemmed in a little bit. by my setup. Bit silly. At least now I don't have to worry about my camera shutting off as I film. Okay. Okay, new spoon. And, well, we're going to look at this stuff. So I made this all fresh. This is a bunch of carrot and other stuff. As I said, lots of fruit. I'm not gonna add too much. Look at me. Look at what I'm doing. What am I doing? As if I'm just getting in here and using my fingers. That bowl as well is like just promising me that it's gonna flip over. Look at this. This is for you, my people, whoever you are. The smell of mango is very strong. There was like mango skin, but then also there was one mango that I had which was absolutely delicious, but most of it was a little on the goopy side. Although it was still very delicious. Okay. Now, I'm really afraid of this stuff going moldy. Obviously. I haven't put any... there's no coffee grounds in it. So I was wondering also if the coffee grounds was actually a factor in the mold problem, because I had noticed that a little bowl that I have for the coffee, like to collect the coffee, I've noticed that in previous times when that has had a mix of, kind of wet and dry material in it, it's actually tended to go moldy. So I wonder if actually it's the coffee grounds that are making it so. I obviously have not investigated whether that is correct. Wash my fingers. Yeah, I haven't investigated if that's correct. So I'm just gonna say that. I have no idea whether I am right. But anyhow, I'm gonna put this down and hope that this feeding is adequate. I suspect that these worms must be a bit on the hungry side. Because there hasn't really been, I didn't feed them really last week. I pulled out all the gunk and, kind of put down more material for the bedding, but I don't know, that wasn't very successful, was it? Very, 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 excuse me, where are we at with the shot now? Knocking things over. I used all of the bedding that I had prepared, so I'm gonna have to make some fresh bedding for the basement, or the second floor, so to speak. What I'll call the second floor. Alright, now I'm gonna bring this back up into use. What's left of it, I'm gonna put that back. For those of you who hadn't seen this before, build communities, not jails. That's what it says anyway. And that's what it said. Most of it is, as you can see, very quickly slipping away. Now, I'm also going to put this on the top because I think it's super fun. I'm curious to see what they'll do with it. Um, yeah, and then, I mean, I've moved everything to this side, so if there is going to be more mold growth, it's hopefully going to be isolated to this area, and then this area is all fresh. I didn't want to remove all this because I didn't really want to do a huge worm hunt. Yeah, I really didn't want to do that. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. I'm going to close this up with the blanket on top. And I am going to go down into the second layer. I'm going to prepare more bedding. And I'm going to feed the middle layer. But let me get ready and I'll come back with another portion of this video. We'll be right back. Okay, here we are. Now, I've made a bunch of bedding and I've decided that, well, obviously we're going to crack open the, and get into the middle box. But decided I'm going to fill it up and give it a good feed and see how that works out. You can see this is the underside. There's not a lot of movement between the two, so that's part of the reason why I've decided I want to add some bedding and some feed here. And as I can see, as I look here, I suspect that I do actually see some stuff that looks a little on the moldy side, which I'm not very happy to see, I think. And I guess I can't really be all that surprised given the nature of what I was finding above. Okay, so we'll take this off for now, put it aside, try not to make too much of a mess. And I will see about getting a little closer. Now, this material here is a lot stronger. Oh, and actually before I deal with that, I want to address this. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Alright. So I was thinking this is mold. It does look moldy, but there's a worm right in that substrate, right there. Right? I mean, yeah, that does look moldy, but there's a worm right on it. There's a bunch of those little critters on it. Well, so I'm just going to put that back down. Even though, well, I don't know. Okay, so let's pour on. I don't know what that means. We're going to move this aside for now. And so what I'm planning to do is basically see if I can so there's still quite a bit of material here for the worms to eat. And there's a bunch of bedding. Now I put this bedding down the last time. And I'm glad to see that it's nice and clean and the worms are all the way through it. And I don't see any evidence of mold. That's great to see. That's awesome. Okay, so I think when my plan will be then, so I'm going to try and do this as carefully as possible without making a mess. I'm going to put down a whole bunch of bedding basically in the center. It's fun that there's still these little thingies from when I fed them the gooseberries. They seem to have gone in and eaten all of that, but except for the seeds. Sorry, gotta pay attention to the filming. Isn't that fun? They ate everything but the seeds and the outer husky thing. Anyhow, boy, that was terrible filming. All right. And then what I'm thinking is we will put down some feed. I don't want to use my hands this time. That was a bit too much. Now this stuff is really clean and it doesn't have any coffee grinds in it. I can really smell the mango. There's a bunch of carrot in it as well. And banana peels. I made a batch of banana bread recently. If anyone would like my banana bread recipe, let me know. I'll hit you up. It is an amazing recipe. I really like it. Especially I really like doing it in small muffin whatchamacallits. So you get like little mini muffins. Anyhow, if you want that recipe, let me know in the comments. Yeah. Alright, so there's a layer of food there. Smells so good. I wonder if really I was really mucking things up because I was adding all of that material that had coffee grinds in it. I wonder. Okay. And then I'll add... Let's see if I can't put the rest of this stuff on. And maybe if it goes a little bit toward the edges this time around. And yeah. I mean, this stuff is really sugary, nutrient rich. I think that they're going to be very happy. Our little wormy friends. And I really, I mean, I don't want to jinx myself, but I really think this is the key to getting the mold under control. Removing all of the coffee grinds. I may actually, I mean, I got so much worm food in the freezer, but honestly, I might actually just get rid of it all. I mean, I don't know. We'll think about it. But I just don't want to keep having an issue where, you know, I'm potentially feeding mold into the system by giving them feed that I made, you know, weeks ago or even months ago that contains, coffee grinds that are going, like almost like a ticking time bomb, I guess, is like kind of the situation. I don't want to have that. Definitely don't want to have that. So here I am giving this layer a really solid feed. It's more than I've done before, but why not? I had to remove so much material from the top, and I think it'll be okay. Okay. Here we are. Now I'll run this back over across here, and I think what I'll do is I think I may get rid of that material. I'll take the wormies away. I'll grab whatever wormies are there. Yeah, see, I mean, because there are a couple of wormies there, but overall, that material on the top looks seedy compared to yeah, now that is much better. That is so much better. And flip it. Yeah, that's so much better. That looks clean now. And make sure that I don't lose any worms. I've noticed sometimes there can be little tiny worms, but in this case, no. I mean, I'm going to lose some little creatures in there, but... And then... we'll make it rain a little bit. Okay, well, I really hope that that works out. I hope that we can be in a position to banish the mold. I'm really sick and tired of opening this box and seeing even just the hint of it, you know? Like it just makes me so suspicious. Like, okay, I'm looking at this thinking, okay, does this mold? And I'm like, okay, no, it's not. But it just makes me cringe. But I think what we have going on here is okay. I think that'll be alright. I'm sure that the worms will become nicely integrated into all this mix. I think they're going to be happy having a chew on all that food. And let's, before we finish up, I want to open the box and have a look at the bottom as well and see how things are going there. Now, oh, you can see a lot of movement. That's amazing, right? I think, you can see there's a lot going on there. That's lovely to see. I can practically, oh, shoot. I can practically hear it. Oh, no, that was dumb of me. That was really dumb of me. Oh my God. That was really dumb of me. I put the food here because I lost a bit of it on the floor here. Put it here. Oh, this is not what I really want to be up to at this point in my evening. But here we are. Everything is about problem solving. Okay, and then we'll just flip that back. And yeah. There we go. Sorry about that. Oopsies. Oopsie boopsies. It's going to be fine. We'll put this back on. Yes, that sits nicely. Yeah, okay, good. So there's going to be a better connection between the top and the bottom. For sure. Or I should say the top and the middle. And then now, when we lift this up, yeah. I'm very happy to look at that and see that there's a lot of movement going on between the layers. That just... There's so much navigation between those two layers. It's so good. I'm going to give it a bit of a spritz. And then just going to gently settle that back down again. I'm not going to do any worm hunting. I've left that. I haven't done that in a couple of weeks. I just want the layers to sort of like settle and kind of, do their thing. Thank you very much for sticking with this. If you're still watching, thank you very much. This is a labor of love for these little creatures and for the process. It's also a labor of love for the process of caring for them, and then also somehow recording this as well, even though as of yet I still have not launched this channel or even figured out how I'm going to do it. I just keep recording. I just keep hitting record. So if that's your jam and you're enjoying these videos, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and all that noise, and we'll see you again. Ciao for now.